we're going to start, sweetie, okay? Wai Dong, you there? There we go. Okay, Wai Dong, we're going to start. The others will still come then. We've waited a few minutes now. Okay, so let's start with test 2 reading today. When did you start having drum lessons? Now, this is the example. And the example is saying last year.
Last year.
Birthday present. Okay. How often do you practice the drums?
Letter A.
How often? How often do you practice the drums?
Letter Z. Z.
Yes, I should do it every day, but sometimes I forget. Okay, I should do it every day. Where do you practice the drums?
Letter A.
Hey, in the basement because the drums are very noisy. What is your drum teacher like?
C.
He's an amazing drum player and very cool. Yes. I really like pop music.
Eight.
Say again. H. Me too, but rock music is my favorite, yes. Would you like to play drums in a band? Would you like to play drums in a band? Sure, but I don't know anyone else who plays an instrument. I would say E, sure. But I don't know who else plays an instrument. Good, Wai Dong, you're doing well. Okay, let's read here and look for the answer. Okay, let's read here. Okay,
Yes.
Harry's class. Hi, Mantran.
No, teacher.
Okay, read. Harry's class. Here, sweetie. Harry's class.
Harry's class.
Mantran, you can read.
Yes. Harry class at school was learning about kids. So there's geography. Teacher Miss Burke decided to take the class to visit one. They called a special to the ancient earth and moon cave. They wait had to put helmet with torches on them because the cave was really dark.
Dark inside.
Dark inside.
Okay, without. Dong, you can start without.
Without torches, they could see any. First, they went down some steps. Then they walked along a river.
Then they walked along
a hedge.
Without torches, they couldn't see anything. First, they went down, then they walked along a path. And saw some interesting rocks. Mintran, Mrs. Park.
Milbard said many years ago, British kept their treasure here. We might some grow.
Many years
Although
ago. Yes, many years ago. Okay, we might find some gold.
we might find some gold. They
Okay,
afraid.
why Dong must read now? Why Dong? Why Dong? They arrived at a small lake.
Yes, we might find some gold. They over at the small lake, where some boats were waiting. Miss Park said, "These boats will take us to the exit of a cave." Harry got into one of the boats and saw something in the water. Look, if found some his money.
And saw something in the water. Look, I found
Some hid the money.
silver money.
Silver money.
Silver money. Okay, and Mintran?
Yes, I don't think a break hid this money here.
I don't think a pirate hid, yes. Hid is to hide it. Hid.
It this money there. It's very news that Harry. There was a shop near the bus stop. Harry uses the money to buy some sweets and eat with his classmates.
Okay, Dong? Now choose the best name for the story. Dong? Dong, you need to tell me, sweetie.
Is letter B.
Harry finds the pirate's treasure. Okay, good. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, Mintran can start.
Kai have been brought for over 2,000 years. Some people think that first sky made Earth live from trees. Earth. Of leaf.
Some people think that the first kites were made of leaves from trees. Number 2, why Dong?
Kite can be many different shapes.
Kites can be many different shapes.
Many different shapes.
Keep on reading why Dong, and sometimes
And sometimes they can look like animal or strange scalable.
or sometimes they can look like animals or strange creatures. Why Dong? Strange creatures.
A great great
No,
cheese.
no, listen. Strange.
Screen
No, it's not a cut, it's a t. Strange.
train.
Strange
Train.
creatures. Okay, Mintran, they can be really small.
They can be really small or in the mud. It is often difficult to fly a kite a long time because
Yes,
Because-
because. Keep on reading. There has.
there has to be
Enough
Wind.
wind. Enough wind.
enough wind.
Okay.
Teacher
Wow.
Mai go on.
Yes. Why down? Number 4,
Yes.
it can take
It can take a lot of practice to learn fly a kite. Ever kite are nothing. There has to be no wind to get away toys for children, a lot for children.
Okay, just wait. It can take a lot of practice to learn to fly a kite well.
Well,
Kites
Kite.
are
Not
always toys
a
for
way
children.
toy for children.
Yes, mantra number 6. There are a lot of grown-ups love.
A lot of grown up were playing them
Yes.
too.
2. Yes. Number 7. Why down? There are special racing. Why down?
In some countries, there are Hokkaido festival who you can see hundreds of kites in the air at the same
Okay, just
time.
wait, Nick. There are special racing kites that people use in competitions. In some countries, there are huge kite festivals.
Is festival
Where
you can see hundreds of kites in the air at the same time.
Okay, number 8. Number 8. Write down number 8.
Yes. Some clever people have also used sky to learn more about the weather.
Okay. Some clever people have also used
Use sky to learn more about the weather. They put expensive cameras on sky to find out about places that
put special
are
cameras on kites to help us find out about places that are too difficult or dangerous
to allow us
to explore on the ground. I'll come back to that one. Let's do this one. Today was a special day.
Today was a special day. We went out to a restaurant for dinner because my sister Sarah won the first.
We went out to a restaurant for dinner because my sister Sarah won the first.
The first cup.
won the first prize
Cry
in an
Prize.
art competition.
in a competition. Sarah chose the restaurant to the food was ridiculous and a waitress she very friendly. She very friendly.
The food was delicious and the waiters were very friendly.
Were very friendly. On birthday, I am to go to the restaurant to one.
On my birthday, I
I'm
am
one.
I am going to go to a restaurant. 2.
Sure.
My birthday, I'm going to go to a restaurant. 2.
Go there. Two.
I think
I think I will choose the same one again because I want
I think
to
I
buy.
will choose the same one again because I would like to go back there. Because I would like to go back there. I would like to go back there.
to go to back there. There now is very late, but I am still awake because I have eat so much food.
Now it's very late, but I'm still awake because I have eaten so much food. I have eaten so much food.
So much food.
Okay, I want to just open the other book and do this book with you first. We can always come back. Okay, let's do this book first. Page 1. Speaking. Okay. Now let's talk about your mornings. What do you wake up?
Now let's talk about your morning. What time do you wake up? What do you?
No, you have to answer me now, Wai Dong. What time do you wake up? I wake up at?
I wake up at 7:30.
Half
6:30.
6:30, okay. What time do you wake up? What do you do first when you wake up? What do you do first? Do you have breakfast?
I have a meat.
So you don't go to the bathroom first. You don't go shower.
I have a shower.
Or do you shower, bath, brush your teeth, get dressed, eat? What do you do first? You get dressed?
I have a shower sauces.
I have a shower. What do you have for breakfast? What do you eat for breakfast? Meat? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you eat
It's
meat?
cereal.
No, you mustn't
It's
answer.
cereal.
No, you mustn't answer what they are saying here. You must answer your own answers.
I have breakfast is cereal.
But you just said you eat meat. Aren't you eating meat?
I eat meat.
You must say, tell me your answers, not the book's answers. I eat meat for breakfast.
I eat meat for breakfast.
How do you go to school?
Oh. I go to school. I go to buy. Is go to school.
By bike or by car?
Is by car.
By car. I go to school by car. How do you go to school? Tell me about your lunch. Where do you eat lunch, Waidang? Do you eat lunch at home or at school? Where do you eat lunch?
I eat a pineapple. I eat a pineapple.
But where do you eat it? Do you eat it at school or at home?
I eat at home.
Okay. I eat lunch at home. I usually eat fruit for lunch. Like pineapple. I eat lunch. Who do you eat lunch with? Your mom or your brothers or sisters?
Yes.
Who do you eat lunch with?
You can read again.
Who do you eat lunch with?
I eat with family.
I eat lunch with my family. Okay. Okay, let's try again. What do you have for breakfast?
I wake up at 6:30.
No, what do you eat for breakfast?
I eat lunch at home. I usually
No,
eat
listen to the question.
for
Why don't
lunch.
you're not listening? Listen to the question. What do you have for breakfast? What do you eat for breakfast?
I eat meat for breakfast.
What time do you wake up?
I wake up at 7:30. 6:30.
How do you go to school?
I go to school by a car.
What do you do first?
I have a shower.
Tell me about your lunch.
I have lunch at home. I usually eat fruit for lunch. Have pineapple. I eat lunch with my family.
Okay. Let's see if you remember. Okay, what time do you wake up?
I wake up at 7. I wake up at 6:30.
How do you go to school?
I go to the school by a car.
What do you do first?
I have a shower.
What do you have for breakfast?
I eat meat for breakfast.
Tell me about your morning. Tell me about your morning.
I wake up. I wake up. I
Oh, sorry, tell me about your lunch. Tell me about your lunch.
I go to home. I eat the fruit for lunch. I eat the pineapple and I drinking the milk.
Okay, and who do you eat lunch with? I eat lunch with?
I eat lunch with my family.
Yes, very good. Okay. Let's go to test 2. Now let's talk about home. Where do you live? What's the name of your street?
I live in the street.
In which street?
I live in the city.
Okay, so let's say, what's your street's name?
I live with my family.
No, listen. What's your street's name? What's the name of your street in your city? You live in
My city. I live in Vinh City.
Yes. Now, what street do you live in? What's the name of your street? What street do you live in? What's the name of your street?
Is Chanton Street.
Okay, Vinh City, Vietnam, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you live with? Who lives with you in your street?
I live with my family.
Okay, but who? Tell me who it is.
Mother, father, and brother,
I
and
live
grandparent.
I live with my mother. Okay. How many rooms are there in your house? How many rooms?
Is is 5 rooms.
5 rooms, okay.
Uh,
Where,
7 rooms. 7 rooms.
where do you play? Where do you play?
I play in the living room.
Tell me about your living room. Can you tell me about your living room? Tell me about your living room.
In the morning, I play the Lego. I play either noon. I play a game in the living room. And afternoon,
But tell me about your living room. Tell me what is in your living room. Do you have a big living room, a small living room? Tell me about your living room.
in my living room is a big.